Clayton, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm going to have to work late again today. Do you think you can make your own dinner tonight for yourself?
What, again with this?
Really, I do feel bad having to stay late over and over again recently. But right now, the company and my department specifically is working on a project for a new item, and we only have 1 month left to finish it. Once this last month is over, I'll be able to calm down a bit and should be able to take more time off.
So that's so. And I guess I'll be going out and getting some filet mignon for myself.
Really?
And of course, since you're the one coming up with excuses to not make me dinner every night, I'll be paying for the meat with your credit card. Shouldn't be a problem for you though, right? I mean, if you're working that much overtime, then you should be making loads of money.
I get that, but I'm getting back to work now.
Filet mignon. Filet mignon.
Hey, Clayton. Recently, you've been in your office all day. Are you still making sure to get your work done in there?
Huh? What's with that kind of question? You starting to doubt me now?
Well, you are working remotely now, but you've been in your office for a few days now, and I've never seen you come out, so I'm unsure what you're actually doing in there.
You saw that I'm getting paid still, right?
You showed me that bank statement over 4 months ago.
Showing you once should be more than enough to get you to believe me, right? I'm a very busy man when it comes to the heavy workloads I have to complete. I really do not want to keep sitting here listening to you ask unnecessary questions all day when I need to get back to work. Please stop talking to me while I'm working.
All right, but if you have something I need to talk with you about, then at least answer my texts.
No.
Huh? What the heck, Clayton?
I need to get back to work.
Erica, long time no see. Are you able to talk right now? What? If it isn't my old friend Jenna? How's it going? Well, I'm doing all right, but does this mean that you're back in town? That's right, but just for a little while. I've come back into town looking for some new locations to help expand the company that I started around 3 years ago. I have a main office right now, but I'd like to start opening up offices closer to some of my more distant customers in the hopes of bringing in even more. But anyway, since I'm all the way back in my hometown, I thought I should at least make some time to go out to eat with you or something so that we can catch up again. So what do you think about getting something after work to eat together? I'm sorry. Right now, I'm terribly busy with a project at work. If it's this Sunday, then I'll have time to see you. But I don't want to take away any of your time if you're supposed to be out looking for new places to expand to. This Sunday, huh? Okay. Oh, so that's okay with you then? Yep, that's perfectly fine with my schedule. I am my own boss after all, so I can do whatever I want without having to be worried about not getting my work done. LOL. Thank you so much for doing that for me, Jenna. Sorry that you caught me at a pretty busy time, though. You don't have to worry about that. I had assumed that you'd only have time on the weekends anyway, and was really only asking if you had time after work just to confirm that. And when we meet, I have something I'd like to talk to you about. What's that? It's not something I can convey very well to you over the phone or anything. I'll just say that there are some good things to it, and some bad things as well. And they impact more than just the two of us. Okay. I understand, I think. Now, once I've found us a place to eat on Sunday, I'll give you a text. Do you have any place that you'd recommend we go? Seafood, noodles, a cafe? Whatever place you choose for us to go to will be fine with me. Okay. I'll search for a place tomorrow and let you know. I'm thinking something light, so hopefully a place with lots of salad options. All right. Thank you, Jenna. Clayton, I have a friend from back in college coming into town for work, and her and I are going out to eat together today. So I'll be out of the house for a little while. I won't be back until probably a bit after lunch, so can you make sure to make yourself something for lunch before I come back? And if you haven't noticed already, I made breakfast for the two of us, and I'll be putting your half into the fridge for you to warm up if you want it. Okay? I know that you're in your room right now and are too busy to reply to me. But I can see that you've read these texts, so I'm going to assume that means you've understood what I told you. If you don't, then tell me that now before I leave the house. I won't be able to do anything for you once I'm gone, okay? I'm heading out in about 5 minutes. Jenna, thank you so much for meeting to eat lunch today. And of course, tell me all those things. Erica, and thank you so much for allowing me to talk with you about all of that. I'm sure that all came as a massive surprise to you, right? But it was really nice for myself to finally get it all out there to you and not have to hold it down any longer. It was a surprise, but I'm happy that you feel a bit more relieved. I was already surprised by the fact that the company that my husband's been working for is actually the company that you're running. But the fact that he's been trying to make advances on you through the company's communication app is a bit... And not just you either, but other employees there as well. Well, let's just say that I'm not okay with that and can understand a lot more things now within my own home. I just wish he could have told me that he was no longer interested in me or something, so that I didn't have to waste any more of my time. It helps that you've understood everything I've said. Of course, I would never have a hard time understanding these things, but I just wish that I could have known sooner. However, now that I'm aware of what he's been up to, I'm a bit worried he'll continue to cause issues within your company. I don't want him to continue to try and talk with you like that, especially on the company's app. That's totally unacceptable. So I'm going to talk with him about this, and if that doesn't work, then I guess we'll be able to make a conclusive decision. All right. I just hope that all of this will end once you speak to him. Just be aware, though, that this has already put him on the chopping block, so don't expect that he'll keep his job, even if he does own up to what he's done. Yeah, I hope to get this all handled for us soon. The only problem is that I'm using a lot of my time and mental space to work on a project for my job, and so I don't have time to really think about my husband enough. You don't have to get too worked up just yet. I plan to tell you all of this before I really have to step in and manage him. So once your work has settled down a bit, think about all of this and let me know what we should do. And remember that you can come to me if things about him don't change, and I'll be willing to have you work for me and stay here. Understood. Thank you, Jenna. Clayton, it's time for you to get off of your computer for a second and come talk to me. I have some things to talk with you about right now.
Shut up. Stop knocking on my door. I cannot focus on my job like this.
First off, stop using only capital letters. I'm not in the mood to be yelled at by you or anyone, okay? And second, I have something very important that needs to be talked about. And so I'd like to talk about it in person.
Shut up. Stop talking to me. It's because you keep trying to talk to me that all my dang focus is ruined now.
You've been locked up in that office so much recently that I've begun to forget what you look like. And when I try to open the door just a little to talk with you, there's no answer. You left part of your shelf in front of it so that I can't get the door open all the way anymore, and it's ridiculous. And if you have things in there like work documents or things you don't want me to see, then just come out here and talk with me. I really don't have the patience anymore for this, okay? I've even been trying to call you so that I can hear your voice, and yet you never answer me. So that's the reason I have to text you all the time now, even when I have something really important that you need to hear about.
Unless I'm gonna talk to you first, you shut the hell up.
You want me to stay quiet until you come and talk to me? Then what should I do about the things that I want to talk to you about?
Deal with all of them yourself.
But these are things that affect the both of us once a decision is made. I'm not kidding when I say that this topic is about more than just some shallow decision. It'll decide what happens with us from here on, and that includes our marriage.
Whatever you want to talk to me about isn't that important, Erica. I have work to do, and I'm a busy man. You can manage that all by yourself. Stop trying to take my attention away from my own work.
Fine. So I guess I'll be the one to make a decision all by myself then, without your input?
Shut the hell up. Just shut it. Until I talk to you, shut the freaking hell up. Stop making me say it over and over.
All right. Jenna, sorry for keeping you waiting on the update. After what you told me about the things regarding my husband, I've tried looking into some things and have come back with an answer for what to do about him and the choice I'll make. Oh, so you finally made a decision? Yep. I think that I'd be willing to join your company and move out of this place for good. Perfect! I found myself another great employee. But by doing that, what will we do with your husband? I'm aware that he's working remotely for me now and thinks that he'll continue to be. Well, I guess, what did he say when you spoke to him about what all's been going on? He didn't say a thing, actually. Huh? Well, actually, there's something more to that. For a very long time now, he's been locking himself in his office and never even answers to me when I try to talk to him. And he'll read all my texts that I've sent him, but never actually respond. And even after meeting with you for lunch, he's been the same way. I knew that all of this couldn't just be something that I could make a decision on, and so I wanted to get his side of the story and what he thought. But when I went and knocked on his door saying we had something important to discuss, he yelled at me a bunch and told me to shut up. I even told him that this was something important that would affect the both of us. But he only responded by saying it couldn't be that important and that he's too busy for me. And then he ended things by saying that it's fine for me to make a decision on all this by myself, and that he didn't want me talking to him unless he spoke to me first. What? Really, I haven't even seen his face in such a long time now. And when I'm at work, he'll leave the office to shower and eat food and live a normal life. This all pretty much shows me that he no longer wants anything to do with me, and really has been trying to live his own life with whoever he's talking to in your company. Even you. I really don't like saying this, but Jenna, I haven't slept with him for a month now, and it all makes sense why. I get now why he's locked himself in that room, and it's pretty much because he no longer loves me. Dang. I suspected that when he started to talk to me and a few others here about non-business related stuff, but I guess this means it's all too late for him now. And listen, ever since that day he yelled at me like that, he's never even spoken to me or sent me a single text. And as he said, I guess I'll have to be the one to decide on everything by myself now. Understood. So tomorrow, I'll be telling the company I'm currently employed with that I'm leaving, and then I'll come to your company. And actually, I've already spoken with my boss, and he said that within 2 weeks, I'll be able to leave and head over to you. Really? That's perfect. Well, I'll get started myself then on preparing for your arrival. I'll get you an office of your own and everything here, and I'll train you myself. Wait, you'll probably want a company house for yourself as well, right? You can do that for me, though? That would be wonderful. Well, I want to make sure you're away from your husband once you come here, and I'm sure it's tough having to pay full price for a new place to live, so consider your new place of residence found.
Hey, Erica. Yo, what the hell is up with this divorce paperwork? Just when I started wondering why you've been so quiet recently, I walked by the room and all of your things are gone and the place pretty much empty. What? There's a letter underneath the divorce paper. Took a glance at the letter you wrote me. Been out of this house for over 3 days now. Just a second ago I gave your work a call, and they're telling me you left the company days ago as well. What the frick? What's this about the company I work for, CEO, being that friend you told me about from college? And she started telling you about how I started to talk with other co-workers and leaders at work through the company's communication app about private things? I never knew any of this was going on behind my back. And also, when I was talking to her through that communication app, she made herself out to be so cute and young to me. But now I can see that she's a 40-year-old grandma that I've been talking with. If you'd known that I was talking to her on there, then you should have told me sooner that she's old. Erica, hey, I'm finally talking to you now, so you can reply to me. I told you that it's alright to talk only when I talk first, right? I have a lot of important things to talk with you about, so reply to me now. Come on. Right now, I don't have a job to go to anymore, and I won't be able to pay the rent for a place like this. And now you're wanting a divorce. The reason I hadn't wanted you to see me all day or to talk to me was because I didn't want you knowing that I was talking to other women while I should have been working. And I didn't want you knowing that I was already at risk of losing my job. If you come back to me and forget the divorce, I'll talk to you again. And I'll begin looking for another job right away. Erica.
After having to sit there and look at all his annoying messages, I was finally able to see what had been going on with him. At this point, I can really see just how horrible of a man Clayton has been. I left him the business card to my lawyer at the house, and so if he has anything else he needs to say before the divorce, he can call them and talk it out. But because of how swiftly I got out of that place unnoticed, I was able to get a divorce from him with no speed bumps. And on his end, he ran crying back to his parents who live out in the countryside, saying he quit his job and lost his wife. But of course, as his mom greeted him at the front door and tried to calm all his crying down, His dad pulled the car out of the garage and put Clayton in it with him. He then drove him a ways out into the woods, where he set his son up with a new job, working for the foresting company out there. What Clayton never realized is that I already told his parents the truth about what he'd done, and so this was their plan to get him back on the correct path. Hearing that it all went to plan while I'm no longer around, I feel so warm inside. It's great to see that he'll never have an office to hide in again now, and that he'll never be able to try and get with any of the women from his work, because he'll be surrounded by other men working in a humid forest hauling wood all day. As for myself, though, I've started working my new job under my friend's supervision in her company. She said before, she's trying to expand the company. Or, in the next couple of months, once my training is done, she's going to have me become the manager of a new location opening up, and will make sure I'm paid more than what I was getting at my previous job. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.